Hey, what's up you guys? Bloody Jacob here to bring you my review of the mid-season finale of Riverdale on the CW, which was Season 2, Episode 9, Chapter 22, called Silent Night, Deadly Night. So, I know this is a couple days late, but I had to get to it. I just had to, even with a full-time work schedule and trying to keep up with other shows. Riverdale is still one of my go-tos for the week. Some people, don't really think it's my kind of show, but apparently it is. I've said it before, I do think there's more to Riverdale than your shows like Pretty Little Liars and other like teen, gossip dramas and stuff like that. Because Riverdale has that teen drama, I've admitted that. But it's weirdly more interesting than it is on some of those other shows, all of those other shows actually. And also has interesting, mystery to it, and it has, really likable characters and, cast chemistry and everything, and just the lighting, the gloomy, sort of slightly dark feel to it. It's all something I really love, and I find it intoxicating. So, yeah, this mid-season finale I liked. Last week's episode I enjoyed too, but I think we can all admit that was a bit odd with the whole, Betty thing. Of course, there's the fact that a lot of people bring up that she's, I think she's still supposed to be younger than 18. I'm not sure. But besides that, there is also the fact that, just is this plain awkward for the character to do something like that. And, Betty's never been one of my favorite characters. I found her kind of like, just kind of annoying and sort of, frustrating, not Felicity Smoke frustrating, but and I felt really odd, from Jughead's perspective as well, to see her get up and do a striptease in front of the whole gang and everything. It was just odd. Anyway, this week's episode I liked. There's a lot going on. Of course, what a lot of people are talking about is our Black Hood reveal. It being Janitor Svensson after all, apparently, thanks to our meddling kids. There's also a lot of articles saying we're not buying this Black Hood reveal, and no, we're not. But I don't think it's expecting us to either, because there's definitely been seeds and strings in the story to lead us to believe that this is a bigger thing than just one man. I believe. In fact, I think there was like an article about a week or so ago with one of the actors, I forget who, saying the Black Hood probably isn't working alone. So if they're flat out saying that, then they're not expecting us to, buy into it being over yet. I do think the foot soldier, Svensson, I think he is the one who's done like all the hands-on killing, or most of it anyway. But I don't think he's the one, who's set up everything or who's planned everything out. As far as who's doing that, I'm not sure, because I thought Black Hood himself was going to be Mr. Cooper, Betty's dad or something, but there's no way he's masterminding this whole thing, so I guess he's off the table, at least for me. Hiram Lodge is a possibility, just because he's the one who we immediately think is capable of putting together something like this. The whole Cinders thing, I'm not sure how he'd rationalize it, but he definitely has like the capability to do so if he wanted to put something together like this. Could it be like a new player, or someone we really don't know much about? I'm not sure either. Give me your predictions on who do you think's behind this whole Black Hood thing, or do you think the Black Hood's done, the whole thing's over, no more story to it? Even though the show told us, again, it's not over. But standoff, on the, Svensson holding Betty at gunpoint and almost making her bury Archie alive, I thought it was fairly intense. And the chase when Archie gets out, it felt, very full circle, for Archie to be holding him at gunpoint, over the bridge and everything, on the bridge, I mean. So I thought that was pretty cool, and Keller, being the one to shoot him sort of preserves Archiekin's, little innocence he has, I guess. I really liked Veronica in this episode too. She's my favorite character, so of course I do. Her and FP anyway. We'll talk about FP in a couple minutes. But yeah, Veronica, she's integrating herself further into her parents' operations, and they apparently told her everything. I wish we would have seen the whole conversation because apparently they told her quite a bit of stuff. So I would like to have seen the whole back and forth, or what they had told her anyway. But there's obviously stuff being withheld, like the whole Pops thing Veronica just found out about. So I'm sure they're still not going to tell her everything. That's just the way it is. I also like how Veronica and Archie ended up in this episode. Of course, Veronica saying the whole mistletoe thing was nice. Although Archie seemed a little bit hesitant to kiss her. I don't know. He didn't seem quite as happy or enthused by Veronica's change of heart as I thought, as you'd think he would be. Which kind of bothers me because I don't really like Betty, so I much prefer Archie and Veronica. But it is what it is, I guess. And if FP and Betty's mom are going to get back together at some point when we find out more about their history, it would be awkward if Jughead and Betty were still a thing. So it's probably going to go Archie and Betty's way at some point. And I think I kind of want Veronica and Jughead to actually have more screen time together, because they're just two on paper very contrasting characters. Who I think could connect over more than they realize. But yeah, I don't really want Betty to be with anyone anytime soon because I just don't like Betty. But nonetheless, I thought Veronica and Archie's moment with the mistletoe thing or whatever it was sweet. I sort of wish they would have explored Veronica's reasoning for not saying I love you back before. But I think we understand Veronica enough. It's because she is just sort of taken back by it because she has issues from seeing her parents growing up, not really showing that kind of affection even at this point. So I understand it. I like Cheryl's part in this episode as well, and Betty and Archie questioned her Nana and everything. By the way, I do hope Veronica and Reggie don't really become a thing. I think Reggie's his name, the one that was recast, because they kind of traded a look for a second when they're all sitting around exchanging gifts. I don't know, it was weird. I know Reggie's supposed to be a better guy than say Chad or whatever the one who posted the selfies name is. I don't think he's supposed to be quite as big of a dick as he is. But at the same time, I don't know. It just kind of tainted the whole Veronica and Archie thing. I think if Veronica and Reggie hooked up at some point, I don't know. And then as far as FP. He was trying to, of course, take more control over what was going on with Penny. Of course, what Jughead had gotten him into, and FP took it upon himself to force himself to take leadership back of the gang, even though he didn't really want that anymore, which he still doesn't. But he was enduring it and doing whatever he had to do to keep Jughead out of it. But Jughead, he ends up setting up this whole thing with the rest of the serpents to get rid of Penny, and we don't really see what they do to her exactly, but it looked like they were cutting off the skin with her serpent tattoo, scare her off, and they left her in Greendale, or I think that was the name, or some area like that. Effie seemed pretty concerned that she could come back, and I think she probably will pop up at some point, because I think Jughead, as smart as he's supposed to be, he has been a little bit short-sighted this season at times. So I feel like there's a lot more it's connected to than what Jughead realizes. But for now, I think he bought him a little bit of time anyway, I suppose. But there's probably going to be worse that rains down on him. As long as FP is alright. But yeah, so that was most of the mid-season finale. I'm sure there's stuff I forgot. But yeah, I enjoyed it. I rated last week's episode an 8.9, but after thinking about some of the weirdness of it and sort of how jammed it was with the breakups, I'm probably going to give it an 8.7, 8.8. I still liked it, but this week's episode, however, I'm giving about a 9. I'm giving a solid 9 too. I enjoyed it, and I'm glad there's 22 episodes this season, because Riverdale, it's one of my most enjoyable shows right now. So yeah, let me know what you guys thought about this one. You can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, subscribe, and yeah, I'll catch you guys next time. Peace. Friday 13th, Part 6, Jason Lives review coming tomorrow, by the way, which should be pretty cool. So, yeah, see ya.